We're live everywhere. Good afternoon, everyone. This is Roman Shersher, your number one online resource for buying property with your Buy, Invest, Sell update, a broker's formula for real estate success. Today is November 21st, 2025. We got Thanksgiving ahead of us next week. It's been an eventful year, hasn't it? And it's drawing to a close very, very quickly. Today, we're going to go over a few very important topics. Number one, Redfin released an article that talks about buyer hesitation. Sales are up, but they're not up enough, and they're not up a lot. California, we're going to talk about California's bump, what we experienced in October. We're going to talk about the National Association of Realtors and what they're predicting for 2026. It looks great. And we're going to also talk about existing home sales nationwide, California, and lastly, as always, our mortgage rates. Where are we at right now with mortgages? We're going to talk about that in a second. All right, please, guys, if you like this video, share it on social media. Really appreciate it. Tap the share button. Send it to your friends and family. Helps us get the word out. Views are increasing. More people are asking for content and asking me to cover certain topics. I love it. DM me, please. Now, as I've said the last few months, I wrote a book on about the fact that I've bought and sold hundreds of homes throughout the country. I put the best tips and tricks in this book. Please DM me. I'll send you the e-version free. Just send me your email address and I'll send you a free version of the book we wrote. Tips and tricks on what the pros use, the volume purchasers of property, what they use to buy properties. All right. Congratulate me. We just sold a flip in Jacksonville. It closed today. I signed docs just last night on a street called Wynn, W-Y-N Street in Jacksonville, 32205, I believe. Made a small profit on it. We had a couple of things that occurred with it. A little bit more wood rot. Took a little bit longer. It's okay. I'm happy with the profit. We also have a wonderful promotion. You know, things are taking longer to sell. We have a seller with a condo in Tarzana. They're just looking to get out. Their price is very reasonable. It's a beautiful 2-bedroom condo, townhouse in a community that's going to get rebuilt right now. And the unit will go up significantly as soon as it does. They're willing to pay up to 6 months of the buyer's HOA fees if they get into contract before the end of the year. So if you know anyone that's looking for a townhouse, beautiful 2-bedroom spacious townhouse in Tarzana, great concessions that our sellers are offering. All right, let's get into our content for this week. All right, I'm going to share the screen. Remember, please, if you're looking on Instagram, please head over to Facebook or YouTube to check out the links to the content that we're using today. All right. Number one, Redfin Data. Redfin Data shows that nationwide we've increased sales 0.7% year over year. So what we're seeing is sales are increasing and they're not increasing a lot. They're just increasing a little bit, which says that, yes, it looks good in terms of mortgage rates have come down. People are a little bit getting more back into the market. Right now in California, we have a higher number. I'll get into that in just a second. But even with borrowing costs at the best levels they've been in a year, they've gone up just a little bit in the last couple of weeks. Their shoppers, they're not coming back in droves. Listings are lingering. Demand feels cautious. And I get it. You're also going into the winter season, which is one of the slowest seasons. And we're still not sure as to where we're going to end up with rates. We're still not sure where we are with the economy. I'm telling you right now what we're doing, my wife and I. Here we go. I'll have to share screen. Doing it again. Okay. Well, my wife are able to get right now for our buyers is incredible. $100,000 below appraised value. We're getting $50,000 in concessions. We're getting amazing deals for our buyers. And I'll show you what those numbers look like on an average, but we're beating the average hand over foot. And so if you know anyone that's buying right now, reach out. I have the best deals right now that I've had in literally 5 years for my clients. Let's take a look at what's happening in California in October. So in October in California, we had a seasonally adjusted sales rate of 282,590 home sales. Now that's up 1.9% from September, 4% higher than a year ago. And although that seems like a big jump, it's anemic still. It's still incredibly low in comparison to the 400,000 plus that we had at our peak just a couple of years ago. So we're still down 25-30% from our peak in terms of the amount of sales that we had in this state. And so given that, given the quantity of sales that we have, we are experiencing some sellers that are very motivated, and it's slower. Our median sales days is upwards of 40 days in most areas in California. And so given that, we are experiencing very slow rates of increase. I'll go into those in just a second. But that's not what's going to happen next year. National Association of Realtors just came out with their forecast for 2026. They're forecasting a 14% increase in sales after a very stagnant 2025. They're also forecasting a 4% increase in price appreciation in 2026. Okay. And new home sales, they're projected to increase 5% next year. It seems like the market has been very slow and going down, but not in California. And actually, nationwide, it hasn't been that common either. 8 of 10 U.S. metro areas saw some kind of home price rises in this last year. Now, there have been a couple of markets that have been very, very, very bad this year. So 2 markets in Florida were down nearly 15%. Austin, Texas saw a 20% price decrease after a gluttony of properties put on the market. And there have been a number of markets that have been hurting this year. But California, we have seen a decrease in price, negative 0.2%. 0.2%. So basically, that's a flatline number that is scheduled to change next year. All right. So as you can see, nationwide sales are up 1.7% higher than a year ago at 4.10. So we're seeing an uptick, but it's not a significant uptick. And if you could see this chart, this is what I'm talking about. 2022, we broke 6.4 units sold, housing units throughout the country. We're now at 4.1 nationwide. That's a third. We lost a third of our volume. And that's what's causing this problem. But as you can see, the trend is increasing here nationwide since July. And as the rates continue to go down, we're going to see more activity. Here in the West, as you can see here, in the West, our sales are still down. Our sales are down 1.3% from last year. That's the Western United States. The rest, the Midwest, is what's really driving this growth of 5.3% increase throughout the year. All right, let's take a look at what our mortgage rates look like. Here we go. Our 30-year fixed now is sitting at 6.34. A couple of weeks ago when we did this update, we were at 6.19. So as you can see, we're up 15 basis points. 15-year fixed is at 5.82. It was 5.76, up 6 basis points. Our 30-year jumbo has now finally surpassed what our fixed was. It's at 6.42%. It was at 6.14%, lower than the regular conforming 30-year fixed. The jumbo has now gone above that, where it historically has been. And our FHA is at 5.94, actually down a percentage point from 5.95, a 100th percentage point from a couple of weeks ago. This screen clicking keeps coming up. My apologies for the delays. And our VA loan went from 5.95 to 5.97. From 5.97 to 5.95. So it's come down 2 basis points as well. All right. So it's come down 2 basis points as well. All right. Yeah, we were not able to share the screen. We will go ahead and update that on this video. And so please go back to YouTube and you'll be able to take a look at the articles and get access to the links where this data came from. All right, let's go on to our quote of the day. It's by Dwight D. Eisenhower, our 34th president. Plans are worthless, but planning is everything. Okay, plans are worthless, but planning is everywhere. But planning is everything. Market shift, if you've done the preparation work for it, you got your pre-approval, you got your pricing strategy, you got your inspection plan, you can adapt fast, okay, and win when the right home or the right offer appears. So the whole point of this is that you need to get ready, you need to be prepared, your plans cannot work out, may not work out, but the fact that you're planning and have the plans ready to go means you can jump at that opportunity when it comes around. All right, guys, thank you very much for sticking with me. This week's takeaway is that, look, the market's thawing in some places. It's steady nationally. Negotiation is everything right now. We know how to work this market. We're getting amazing deals for our buyers. If you know anyone that's not happy in their home, they're not in their dream home, or anyone just waiting for rates to drop, it's foolish right now to wait for rates to drop. Everyone's waiting for rates to drop. And what's going to happen when you're competing and you got 15 offers for that same house like we had in 2022? Right now we have 1, maybe 2 offers. And so we're getting amazing deals for our clients. Let me help you reduce your interest rate if that's what you're looking to do, if that's what you're waiting for rates to come down. We can do what's called a 2-1 buy down, okay, which will drop your rate by a whole percentage point within the first 2 years, and I'll get the seller to pay for it. That's how good the deals are right now. Reach out to me. I'd be glad to help you. I appreciate you sticking with us. I wish you guys a happy upcoming Thanksgiving. This is Roman Shersher, your #1 online resource for buying property, with this week's edition of Buy, Invest, Sell. Have a great Thanksgiving weekend.